Hey, you guys. First of all, congratulations to Kansas. Definitely the better team today, the tougher team. I think Kansas starting 0-3, their backs were against the wall, and they responded. They responded in a huge way. I thought the zone changed the game in the second quarter. We were in a pretty good rhythm offensively against their man-to-man. It was a lot of back and forth, but the zone, I felt like was the difference maker. It's what allowed them, to kind of catch us. I thought that we made some poor decisions, particularly taking too early a shot at the end of the second quarter to allow the layup before the half to give them momentum going into halftime. But it was, for us, it was the 3 turnovers in the first 4 possessions of the third quarter that all led to baskets for them that probably set the tone. It really set the tone. I think that gave them a ton of confidence. And I think they were the tougher team. It was physical. We spent a lot of time on the ground tonight. Questions?
When things aren't going your way and shots aren't falling, what is your message to the team to still keep them going?
Yeah, we got to get stops. I thought, we've been good all season defensively. So it starts with us as much as we've scored a lot. Who we are, our identity is getting stops. We play with great pace, and it's really hard to play with pace when you're always taking the ball out of the net. So I think that was in particular an issue. They scored. They scored 50 points in the second half. So we were taking the ball out of the net a lot. And I thought their downhill attacks, their offensive rebounds, obviously Twin was incredible tonight. And we just, we didn't have an answer. And, I think there's oftentimes opportunity to say, we can't guard her, but she can't guard us. And we just didn't expose that matchup the way we have the last 2 years. You could argue that matchup has been even in the last 2 years, or we've won that matchup, and we clearly did not tonight. I thought she was phenomenal from the start, kind of start to finish, and she stayed out of foul trouble, which is, huge for Kansas and for her.
Yeah, they went on an 11-2 run at the end of the first half and then opened up the second half on an 8-0 run. Could you kind of feel the momentum shift from there?
Oh, yeah, no question. It was the zone. It was the 2-3 zone. We got open shots. We got wide open shots. We just didn't make them. And I don't know that they were always the best shots for us, but they were open, and we didn't make them. We didn't make any of them, which gave them confidence to stay in it. So I think it was the zone that changed the momentum because we were getting one shot. We were taking perimeter shots with no offensive rebounding. They were getting the ball in transition, playing downhill, drawing fouls. We would have gotten beat even worse if they'd have made more of their free throws. And so, although they got, I think, 3 offensive rebounds on free throws, so they did get them back and turn them into more points. But then I thought we had 3 turnovers to start the third quarter. So that combination, they started the half with the score, we came down and turned it over. They scored, we turned it over. So 3 turnovers on our first 4 possessions. I think that the tempo of the game, the game changed without question.
Coach, if you could speak a little bit more on Diana Jackson's performance tonight. She had that double-double in the first half.
Yeah, she just, I thought early our ball screen coverage was poor, and I thought she got behind us, and we didn't get a body on her soon enough. When she gets to use her length around the rim, we're gonna have a hard time. It's like we have to hit early, and we just didn't. So I thought she did a good job of being around the rim. She was a recipient scorer, I thought, in the first half. I thought she was a kind of a go-to playmaker in the second half. And what I mean by that is the first half I thought they dumped it to her. She got offensive rebounds. I thought in the second half a lot of her baskets were post-ups, her going to work one-on-one. And so, she scored in a variety of ways. And, I thought she makes it tough. She's that true rim protector. And we didn't do a good enough job of dropping it off, of making the shot when we pulled her out to the perimeter, driving by her and making good decisions. Kansas has always been a good rotational team. If they get beat at the first level, their second level is always good. It sometimes come down, can you play to the backside and can you make good decisions on the backside? And I thought we forced shots at the rim. I thought we played too finesse, like we didn't play through people's chest. I thought they played through our chest and got fouls. We tried to play around people. And, we are more of a finesse team. I'm not going to pretend like we're all of a sudden like this power team. We do a good job of sharing the basketball and moving it and making one more pass, and we didn't do that tonight. And I think, we haven't played from behind this season. We just really haven't played, especially that far behind, And so I thought, uncharacteristically, we didn't take great shots, and we typically take great shots. It's why our field goal percentage is so high. It's why we're so efficient, because we usually take really, really good shots. And I think when you get down and you play with a different sense of urgency, pressure, you oftentimes take the first shot, not the best shot. And that's not how you get back into a game. Maybe in the last 3 minutes you do that, but, not through that, second half of the third quarter into the early fourth quarter. We had the ability to get back into the game, one possession at a time. But I thought we took uncharacteristic shots, trying to make plays.
Coach, last question for you. Just talk about Asia Blackwell and coming off the bench and providing that energy for you guys.
Yeah, I thought Asia was tough. She wasn't perfect. Nobody was, but I thought Asia got in there and rebounded. We were struggling to rebound. I thought Asia battled on the glass. We went to her in the post a couple times and she scored. I think she probably was our toughest, player today in terms of handling what was being dished at us, and responding by fighting back rather than being frustrated that the whistle wasn't blowing or that they were getting pushed in the back or, I thought she was the one that truly responded and it was good to see.
Awesome. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.